What is up, everybody? Here to give a quick review of the past two episodes of General Hospital over the past 2 days, the Monday and Tuesday episodes. As I've been saying, the show is not currently on my priority list until it gets better again with the writing, until they can make me more intrigued with these stories. I won't be reviewing every single day, but I'm still going to do my best to keep up with reviewing in general. I'm really only going to talk about the things I like too. Well, I'll talk about some things I don't like, but I'm mostly going to talk about the story that is keeping me interested in the show, and that's anything Chase, Willow, Tracy, Michael, Brook Lynn related. On Monday's episode, we saw that Chase did in fact arrest Tracy after Friday when Willow jumped into the lake but said that Tracy pushed her in. So Chase brought Tracy to the station. He's saying that Tracy is accused of assaulting Congresswoman Willow. Tracy denies it as they're talking to Dante about this. Tracy continues to say that Willow threw herself into the lake. Justine, after this, wants to talk to Chase because she asks what he was thinking. He didn't witness the assault, but he heard Willow saying that Tracy was hurt and he wasn't on duty when he arrested Tracy, so it may seem like a nuisance arrest or something, which could get the department sued. And he's already messed up his police job for Willow in the past. Justine kind of gets my nerves when she picks and chooses what to harp on something about when it comes to the law. But I also understand giving Chase this shit since he already hurt his job because of Willow in the past. Tracy, meanwhile, is telling Dante that she won't let Willow get away with this. And Justine told Chase that he's walking a fine line because he already did this for Willow. As this was going on, Michael and Brook Lynn were talking to Willow about what Tracy did. Willow whining that Tracy set her up with a text. And then Brook Lynn found out that Chase was there to help her. Saint Brook Lynn continues to remain too calm in this situation for me because it's clearly bothering her that Willow and Chase are still close again. But she's been able to keep her anger somehow at a certain level, which is once again not the Brook Lynn of old, but I guess she's evolved as a person over the years. She's just a boring person. Willow says that she's lucky Chase was there to help her. And then Brook Lynn also saw that Chase gave Willow his jacket to wear because the lake was cold. Brook Lynn then went to the police department to talk to Chase and to see Tracy, and Tracy telling Brook Lynn that Willow was lying and trying to frame her, but Brook Lynn gives Tracy shit for luring Willow down to the boathouse with a fake text. Tracy says she was doing it for Brook Lynn. She was trying to prove that Willow is after Chase, which is what she thinks she did. Now, Michael was asking Willow if she is the right person to go up against Tracy Quartermain. He doesn't want her to press charges. The kids love Tracy. It will just make more drama. So Willow did go to the police department and apologize and say she wants to keep the peace with Tracy and not press charges. And then Chase thanked Willow for being the bigger person. So all in all, I enjoyed all of this tension. Chase having to arrest Tracy. Trace still looking like a big goon because he is a goof when it comes to Willow. But I still find that Chase and Willow do have chemistry more than Chase and Brook Lynn have these days. They lost all the chemistry they had years ago. We'll get back to the story when I talk about yesterday's episode. I'm going to quickly touch upon Cassius and Lulu finally having scenes together again. I actually forgot that they were an item at one point not that long ago. He apologized, saying he didn't know Rocco would run off with Britt, and she apologized for taking things out on him because it was her own fear. I don't really know if this did anything for their relationship, and I kind of hope it didn't. One of the other main stories over these past two episodes is Valentin and Carly, and Valentin saying that he has to basically turn himself into the WSB in order to help everything so that he could talk to that person in the WSB that has come out of nowhere, that is a quick fix for the storyline. I'm going to harp on this again. They have made... Obviously, I know this main storyline, this umbrella storyline, was extremely plot-driven from jump. But the the things they've added to this story to make things work and to prolong things, I think have all been some pretty bad decisions. And the biggest bad decision has to be that there's suddenly this guy at the WSB that Valentin or anyone could have gone to this entire time to stop whatever the plan is with the thing that Colum and Sidwell want made. It's such a convenience for that to happen. Furthermore, Valentin's whole story is that he's been on the run for quite a while now, since before I started watching again, I feel like. So a long time, and yet the solution is, well, he has to turn himself into the WSB. Does that not seem like a giant waste of time? Because it does to me. Carly wanted to go to Sunny about all of this, but Valentin doesn't want to get Sunny involved. He thinks it's a bad idea. He says they got to trust each other. They got a visit from Nina because Nina's worried about Obrecht. And Valentin puts it together that Sidwell and or Colum now have Obrecht doing what they were having Britt doing. So that's when Valentin said he needs to turn himself into the WSB. Yesterday's entire episode was Carly trying to stop Valentin from doing that, not wanting him to sacrifice himself, but he's too worried about this cold fusion device that they're making. Carly says they should send Jack instead, but he's laid up so he can't go. So yeah, Carly was just panicking all episode about Valentin going away to Geneva, turning himself in. Valentin wants Charlotte brought over so he could say goodbye to his daughter. And then yesterday's episode ended with Carly and Valentin kissing, spending a last night together, possibly. The soapy romantic side of this story worked for me, where Carly and Valentin are concerned. But I just laid out why I find it kind of stupid that after the entire storyline has been Valentin's on the run, the solution is for him to turn himself in. That is just so stupid to me on a writing level. Elsewhere in yesterday's episode, we had Tracy and Brook Lynn still talking about Chase and Willow, and that Chase was there too when Tracy was saying that Willow just made a show about not pressing charges, and Chase continues to fall for it like an idiot, basically. Chase brought up to Tracy her fake text to Willow. Tracy saying the text was a test and that Willow failed the test, and now Chase is failing it too. Tracy left in a huff. Chase is apologizing to Brook Lynn for her getting dragged into this because Chase is upset for the fact that Tracy was using Wiley to test him with Willow, and that he and Brook Lynn already talked this out, so he doesn't know why Tracy's getting involved. Brook Lynn, again, remaining calm throughout all this drama somehow. Tracy went to Michael. They talked about Willow and Chase and how it's more convincing that they don't understand, or Tracy doesn't understand, why Chase continues to fall for Willow's shit. Tracy says she didn't push Willow into the water when Michael asks. Let me correct myself because I can't edit this. Tracy said she didn't push Willow in the water when Michael asked her if she did it on purpose or not. She said no, Willow lied and threw herself in. Basically, these scenes were Michael putting more seeds of doubt into Tracy where Chase is concerned. Willow was visiting Brennan when Nina arrived to talk about how Obrecht has vanished. And then Willow is panicking because Sidwell's now gone, and that's who she gets the drugs from to put Drew in the state that he is in. So Nina's asking Jack if they could get the proof that he has about Drew and the campaign funds to help Willow, but Jack is holed up right now and it's in his secret safe. So Jack says they need to help him get on his feet faster before Willow runs out of those drugs. I kind of do hope that it's about to be Drew coming out of his state. It's time to move that story or that part of the story along. And then the only other thing that happened in yesterday's episode, Colum was ranting about Sidwell and the messed up plans and how Valentin was in Port Charles in January, or spotted in Port Charles in January, so he's probably still in Port Charles. I don't know if they're setting up Colum trying to find Valentin before he could even get to Geneva. Who knows? And then Fitzpatrick was talking to Dante about the search for Britt, which is still going nowhere. Cassius arrived. Justine questioned Cassius about what happened with Sidwell's escape and how Cassius was attacked. He gave his excuse. I'm glad that Justine didn't buy the whole story about how there was too many men. He was pistol whipped. Dante was saying it sounds like a professional extraction, but Justine feels Cassius didn't put up much of a fight. So Dante and Justine argued about her accusations against Cassius, but it's nice to see someone else questioning Cassius because the only person that's done that in all of these months has been Joss. And we also had Fitzpatrick questioning Cassius about Britt's syringe that he found. I don't really know why we need this Fitzpatrick character at the moment. It's just supposed to be some star power casting, some stunt casting. And I think in the long run, maybe it's supposed to be someone at the department going against Dante and his ways of nepotism. But for now, it's kind of just like giving more money to a character that seems like it's treading water. All in all, I still feel like these current storylines leave a lot to be desired, but I am enjoying anything Willow, Chase, Michael, Tracy. And I say Brook Lynn, but I still don't like Brook Lynn.